Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome back. In my last video, my first video actually, I talked about Notebook LM and how you could use it for job search. And I got some nice responses and a few subscriptions. So first of all, thank you for the responses. Any comments are so totally appreciated. And subscribing to my channel was a real boost. So thank you very much. But now I did get one interesting comment I'd like to talk a little bit about and then move into how to use it, how to use AI effectively as instructional designers. The comment was this from Catboy721. He says, among other things, as an ID myself, I feel like this is flirting with the enemy. AI is taking so many of our jobs away these days. Well, Catboy, I appreciate what you're saying, and I'd like to address that. Many people feel that AI is taking jobs away, and the reason is because, well, it is. Jobs are not just being taken away, but they're going to be disappearing. I'm sorry. I really, really am. But that's life. But now, you may or may not remember, I'm an old guy, so I really do recall these times, when newspapers had to lay out their pages, they would wax pieces of paper, little clips, and then arrange them on one large sheet to be able to present to make a full page on the newspaper. So you had these nice wax-backed pieces. Now, if you don't understand this at all, don't worry about it. This technology is ancient, and it's not being used anymore. The reason is because computers. Among other places that were changed because of computers, newspapers were. But not just the waxing of paper, but the newspapers themselves. That's almost an ancient thing that isn't used anymore. You can find some newspapers, but obviously it's a lot less than it used to be. What we need to do is not simply bemoan the demise of the tools that we use or the jobs that we have, but embrace the new tools so that we can actually get things done. Now, I'd like to show you an example of how, as instructional designers, we can honestly use these tools. In ChatGPT, we can set things up to make our work a lot easier. This is going to be an example of how not just to use it, but you're going to say, this is exactly the problem. And it is. It's both the problem and the solution. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the prompt we're going to use. Give me an outline for an e-learning course. Focus it on instructional designers and e-learning developers. And the topic is incorporating AI into your e-learning modules for engaging and impactful interactions. The course should be 30 minutes or less. Now, anybody who really does the job of an instructional designer can look at this and say, that's not enough information. And you're right. But look what it spits out. It's automatically going to start putting together an outline for this course. We have an introduction, we have understanding learning needs, AI tools, best practices, and then we have a conclusion of 2 minutes, and it's even timed for us. It does add this, which can be very useful at the bottom, additional considerations, a mix of slides, interactive elements, quizzes, polls, possibly a demo. So it does see that there's some empty spots there that could be filled in. You can take a look at this and see what's wrong. What do you do about it? Well, you tell the AI what's wrong. There's not enough information. There's not enough really usable content here. So what would that be? Now, we could dive into actually putting together an example of that, but I think that any instructional designer should be able to look at that and say, I know what I would say. I know how I would criticize it. Use that critique to mold what you tell it next. Now, let's assume that we've done that and we've got a better outline after maybe 2 or 3 or more iterations of doing the same thing. What can you do next? Well, let's go ahead and see what we can do by putting in another prompt in here. Give me, oops, that's the wrong one. Let's get the right one here. We're going to create in a table format a storyboard outline for teaching how to incorporate AI into an effective e-learning course. Include suggested graphics and engaging interactions and base this storyboard on the outline you created. So we'll hit go. Now again, this is too quick. This is not a fleshed out piece. But really, instead of trying to scrounge up an old template you used for storyboards or come up with a brand new one, worse yet, we've had ChatGPT structure something for us that we can use and tweak and bend to our will. This is how we use it as a tool. This is how we keep ourselves from losing our jobs because of AI and actually make it something that makes our job easier and better. So, yeah, it's a little unnerving, but embrace it. Learn to use the AI to really enhance what you do, and you're going to find that life is a lot easier. If this was at all useful to you, well, let me know. Argue with me in the chat if you disagree, or agree with me. If you like this content, as always, subscribe, leave a message. We thank you very much, and hey, have a terrific day.